you see this Mustang right here? You can zoom out. It looks like a total stock Mustang. Besides this, it looks all OEM, right? All motor, completely stock car. Then you come over here, pop the hood, and then bam. So this has a fully built motor, twin turbos, twin 64mm turbos. It's got motec on it. The car was built in Texas. No, I got the car back. He said it felt a lot slower than they told him. That could be many things. And then he wanted me to dial a couple things in, which I've been tuning Noah's cars for a long time. These guys did an amazing job actually on the whole build. The motor looked good, the tune looked good, everything looked good. It was just a little bit lower boost than what he wanted and a little bit lower power than what he wanted. So we're gonna go ahead and turn up the boost a little bit. I did some fine tuning, some traction control tuning. The traction control is very sensitive on this car, so even when he was not spinning the tires, it was actually getting into traction control. So we're gonna go ahead and hook up a knob to the ECU, and he's gonna have traction control based on slip. That's what he wants, and that way he can run a crappier tire that he can go half mile, be more sensitive on traction control. Then he could also go ahead and run a Mickey Thompson. The traction control is not gonna be as sensitive, so it won't kick in until it has a huge amount of slip between the front and rear tires. This is a really nice billet intake manifold. Car looks really, really good, so we're gonna go ahead and start. We already turned up the boost on the street, so we're gonna go ahead and see what she makes on the dyno. Then we're gonna go ahead and ramp in more boost, and it's probably gonna max out my dyno, but whatever. The Mustang's officially on the dyno. Finally, we're gonna see what she's making right now. We got a baseline pull. We got the covers off still. This car's on motec. The startup is pretty good. Alright, so we did a baseline on this. It's making 662. I can see the timing is down a lot. It's got 14 pounds boost. Should be making a lot more power than that. Why is it not making the power? I turned off traction control. Let me ramp in some more boost and timing and see what she does. Alright, so right there, that was on a different mode, so it's got less boost, and it only made 609 to the wheels. So it made 143 kPa, roughly 6 psi. Still way down on power. So I'm going to go ahead and start actually tuning this thing and see how much we can make. Exactly 14.7 psi, and it made 773. That's still way off. This thing should be making 1200. We'll have to check the turbos and see what's going on with it. Alright, let's go take this thing out for a ride in Mexico. Alright, so we just took this thing for a ride. Feels good. Right now it's only about 780 to the wheels. We gotta figure out, do a boost leak test and see why, but I think it's really just it was detuned, so we're gonna put the spicy tune back in, because once I threw timing at it and once I got the boost to go back up, it started picking up on power. But still a little bit down on power for 14 pounds, well 15 pounds almost. It only made 770. This thing, I think if I remember correctly, right around 15, 16, it made 915 or something like that.